to dream, taut as an oud high F. You want her to cup you like clear water in the shade of dates as she sips to tamp her parch. You know she doesn't sweat even as the guns hammer back. She doesn't curse the camel nor make the emir his cafe. She always had something to draw to, and often she'd sit out the winning hand. Listen to the cattle shuffle as they slowly drove across the scrabble to the nearing gully, riding with a presence, lulling cow and dove as they trod across the frost heaves, the sculpted ice. She could cut as well as champions. She could track as well as scouts, and the song that she would leave in your loneliness was as big as a constellation setting on the plain. Lift another veil. The fantastic jurors with the splendor of peacocks and speed of the jasmine wind, sandalwood and coal, the desert night is getting better, and the animals bed down in the windward edge of the calabash bowls come out, as the sultan offers wineful skins, as the whale dances on its tail, and the sand lays down from the sky. On any caravan, she is as good as the Red Cross, the Blue Helmets, Black Ops, Golden Goose, and the other side of the fence. You are suave and clove, as swarthy as a Maltese shadow. A Moroccan souk, the maze of shops, the skein of worlds knotted like a monkey's paw. Her whisper wears a burqa. Her heart is behind a veil. All the roses will winter in the stolen sun, the Nile stretched and elastic, that thousands ferry every day, a big wet highway where hippos wallow in the elbows, and fires at the wellheads burning dark and defiant, the heavy cargo of smoke toiling down the torn lands, where someone in the village grieves, someone in the village grieves, someone in the village always grieving, and someone has a television with a satellite connection. And in the ever-even-tide and stubble near the skinny donkeys, they sit on iron chairs which have survived more wars than their tribal elders, and watch American. Dance the dance, chant the chant, refuse to lose, awash in cash. Time, they all agree, to fire up again the shisha, lift again the veil. I'm put back, and she is as French. A Parisian ballet on the Champs-Élysées, a Gauloise in one hand and in the other Vouvray. One of the belles of Montmartre, one of the poets of Montparnasse, hiding out in Marseille, laughing down the lottery, spooning up the bouillabaisse, party on the wharf. And wake up under an overturned dory on the Algiers coasts. Cardamom, cumin, and burnt toast. Ride a Ducati from Surf to Road's End. Trade it for a Tuareg stallion. The camel with the fine silver headstall. Lift another veil. Spy her mother beating her father hooking. The wind is racing across the rooftops as through the newspapers, so bleak in the gaps and cracks of the laundry woman's shack. And some of the men who wanted virgins when they died weren't so picky until then. Each misstep on the road to perdition, another thermos on the long, crazy, crazy drive to freedom, where the native dance until their ankles bleed. So she learned to read and read, write and wrote. Science didn't satisfy. The language of math, the glissade of geology, all stones in the bridge. The bridge of her art. Her art, her heart. Life is not about the journey, she said. It is about the endless obstacle. If she were a long-haul driver, she'd have a flatbed and carry metal rails to the world as its bones. If she were a riverboat captain, cracking wise and sound in depths, she would tow a barge of scrap wood, stove fuel free to the upland villagers. And if she were a goat herd, she would whistle and tell them stories of the whale and the ostrich, of the bear and of the crab, and raise them for a sacrifice, letting their blood as if her own. And the song that she would leave in your loneliness would bend you like a wire in the sun.